Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Amanda, also known as Mermaid Hair Donut Care, like donut. We are here today for my 2023 declutter video. Now, I did my declutter different than anyone else. I feel like I just kind of was piling up things as the year went along and I put them aside in a little basket. And I'm going to go through with you today and show you all of the items I'm decluttering and why. I'm not going through like my entire collection of like eyeshadow palettes and being like, yes, I'm keeping this. No, I'm gonna declutter this because I'm doing things throughout the year in 2024 that are gonna help me decide whether or not I am keeping and or decluttering certain things. So I'm gonna go about it that way. And then other than that, I went through things during the year of 2023 and I was like, trying to decide if I wanted to keep this or if it was like going bad or if something happened to it and I just didn't like it anymore, didn't want it anymore, if something got really damaged beyond repair, all those kind of things. And that's what I use the criteria of and like put it aside. So I'm going to go through with you today what I've already decided in all of 2023 that I am decluttering. So if you would like, I can do a full collection video at some point as well in the next, I mean, we're only like a week out from Christmas as I'm filming this, and which means 2 weeks out from New Year's. So if you would like me to try and get a full collection video within that time frame, I could potentially do that as well. Also, if you're interested in what is on my face currently, I will have a video either already up or coming very shortly with what I did to achieve this look. So stay tuned for that or keep your eyes out. But if that sounds interesting to you, my 2023 declutter, then keep watching. And I would love for you to like this video and subscribe. It really helps out my channel. I have a goal of trying to reach 100 subscribers before the new year, and I am 12 away, which is a very large feat, seeing as I only gained 88 followers since April of 2023. So I would love for you to subscribe if you're not already, because that would make me really happy and it would help me reach my goal. So that being said, let's get into this declutter. All right, guys, you might be thinking, hey, she looks a little different, and you'd be correct. I filmed my entire declutter, and then I went back and realized that 1 minute into it, my microphone died. So if it was like a smaller amount of time in the video, I would have just done a quick little like voiceover, but the entire thing was silent for a full like 20 minutes. So I figured here I am refilming. All right, I want to start off by saying that once I didn't really do my homework or like look into what the controversy really was with Morphe, but when I heard there was, I just kind of like took all of my Morphe palettes and threw them in my declutter. So we're gonna go through and I might decide to take some out because I do know that some people are still using their Morphe palettes, but I also never really had like the best time with my Morphe palettes. Like they were never really the best quality for me, but I'm gonna go through and we'll see. But starting off actually is the Beauty Creations Ariel palette. Now I loved this palette when I got this, but there is one shade right here that has like little white speckles. You can see where I stuck my finger in the middle of it, and it looks like mold. And I'm not a fan of that, and I'm definitely not going to keep using it. And then this one here, it literally looks like a weird, like, bacteria type spot. So I refuse to use this. This one is going. Also, throwing it out there, please don't ask me if I can give you my used makeup. To me, that is kind of weird and gross. Like I don't want anyone using my makeup that I don't know personally. Just for like sanitary reasons, I feel like you don't know like unless you know the person. Like, I'm fine with gifting to my friends and family. None of my friends and family really even use makeup the way I do, though. So I have like a few friends here and there that I would gift to. But please don't ask, because then that just makes me feel weird. And then I have to be like, no, I'm not giving you my used makeup. Anyway, starting off with the Morphe palettes, we have the 35S, the Sweet Oasis palette, and I'm pretty sure, as gorgeous as this is, I think I only did like 1 or 2 looks with it, and I don't remember it being the best quality or blending out easily for me. So I'm gonna continue along with the decluttering process on that one. And then we also have the Nikita Dragon collab. This is like a pretty color story. Like, I love this green and like the greens and blue, or the blues and purples I should say, and some pinks. It's got some fun like marble shades. And then it had this pressed glitter, which I thought was really pretty, but like I don't see myself like really using this ever again. So I don't know. I think I'm just gonna keep with the getting rid of that one. We have the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is some people's like absolute favorite palette of like all time, and I look at it and I was so excited to get this when I got it, and then I just like never reached for it. I never used it. I used it maybe a handful of times. I can see visually, I can see like 6 maybe 7 pans that have actually been touched, and that's like nothing for this palette. Um, I like want to keep it almost just for like nostalgia purposes, or like maybe give it another chance, but then I'm not sure. I'm gonna keep it in the declutter pile, and if I make a split second decision to like take it out and keep it, then I will say there are 2 palettes that I am keeping. So I decided this when I first filmed the declutter. So this is the Morphe Mickey and Friends. Like, it is a rainbow palette, but it is embossed with like Disney. I would keep this probably just literally for the sake of the fact that it's Disney and to like stare at it, and I love Disney. So, and it's a rainbow palette, yes, but it's super cute, and I do love like the embossing on it. I don't remember how great of a quality this one actually was for me, but I can't just get rid of it yet. So I'm gonna hang on to it for a little while, and then again, if I don't use it within the next like year, I will be decluttering it. And same goes for the Lucky Charms palette. Again, another rainbow palette, but I just love the embossing, that they're like the actual like marshmallow shapes. I do remember the shade Hearts like not working the best for me. But again, if I don't use it within this year, I'll get rid of it. But for now, I really like the color story, and I think it's fun and cute, and I love that it's Lucky Charms. So moving on, the Naked Illuminated, Urban Decay Naked Illuminated. I put this in here because I could have sworn it had like mold on it, but now I'm not sure. But it's so old that, and it comes with the brush. It's so old that I can't use this anymore. I just can't do it. So, and then speaking of Urban Decay, I have 4 Urban Decay palettes that I have decluttered. These 2, because they're just super old and super neutral, and they're just not my vibe anymore. This is the Naked 2. Yeah, Naked 2. This is probably the one I use the most out of all of my palettes, probably ever until recently, because it was, I'm pretty sure, the only palette I had for quite a while. And then the Naked Smoky, again, this, like, just look at this and I think it's just so boring. It's also super old though. So there's that. Like, I'm not ever gonna dip back into that because it's like old. And I have so many other things with that color story. In fact, now that I'm looking at this, tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the Glamlight, the Cookies and Cream, Hershey's Cookies and Cream, kind of reminds me of this palette. Am I wrong? Oh, funny enough, I have it right here with the plastic. This one I feel like is a little punchier and a little bit more blue. but I feel like it gives off very similar vibes, and I'd rather use a brand new Glamlight palette than that. Okay, and then I have these two were because they stopped working for me. The Jean-Michel Basquiat, I don't know how to actually say that. I remember trying to blend this and it literally disappeared. I was using the light pink, I think, the dark pink. It disappeared. Like it literally, or the purple, it blended into nothing. Like it literally, goodbye, gone. And it had to be the fact that it's really old and like the quality is just gone. And the same with the electric palette. I just remembered the last time I tried using this, it was a disaster. Like I could not get anything to work for me. So that obviously means that it's just time to let it go. I have the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbon palette, which I thought this was cute. I do like a pink and brown like vibe, but I think I used this maybe like 2 or 3 times total. And it's just so neutral. It's just like boring. This is just boring for me. I like so many other fun, like bright colors that is boring. So speaking of fun, bright colors, this is another rainbow palette on Morphe. First of all, massive, so gigantic. This is the James Charles palette, and I'm getting rid of this for more than one reason. So one, it being an extremely too large rainbow palette that I've hardly ever used. Two, I don't remember the quality being all that great. I remember like barely like getting things to blend out for me. I remember trying to use this red for like a rainbow look and it like barely looked red. So over that, quality's not that great. This is massive. I would never even use all of these. I don't know. And then the whole controversy. So, multiple reasons as to why I'm not keeping that. Okay, then we have a bunch from BH Cosmetics. So we have the BH Cosmetics, the Supernova palette. I don't need really old, all shimmer, like baked palettes. I thought it was really cool when I first got them. I thought it was going to be like the coolest thing ever. One, look at how deep the pans are. I can't even, like, I use my finger for shimmers. I can barely get my finger down into the pan. They're so deep. And for what reason? I'm not even sure. So that's just not my vibe anymore. And I have so many other, like, way, way, way better shimmer formulas that I don't need a BH Cosmetics all shimmer palette anymore. I did at the time. At the time, it was cool. But even then, I barely used it. Then I have a Wild and Radiant Baked Illuminating Bronzer and Highlighter palette. These all look the same to me. I don't even think I ever used it. Then I have Wild and Alluring Baked Eyeshadow and Highlighter palette. I think I've used this maybe once. I love the idea of like the swirly shades, but like sometimes these shades, when you swirl them all together, they look like a muddy mess. Just throwing that out there. Either way, I don't need those. And then we have two of the face palettes. We have the colorful 6-pan highlighter, which I loved this. I did actually use this, but then I got the Bun Bunny Noctilucent palette, and I was like, why would I even need that anymore? The answer is I don't. So it was kind of like a 1-for-1 trade. As soon as I got the Noctilucent, I just put that right in my DECLUTTER. And then I had this one, which is a BH face palette, and I think I've used it like 2-3 times max, maybe 3, I would say, because I see that I put my fingers in, or I did something in 3 of the pans. So there's that. I hardly ever used it. I used the colorful one way more, but even then I barely used them. And then I have these Studio Pros. So these are both like wet to dry palettes, all shimmers. This one is like a lighter. This is the titanium. And then this is like a darker version. Again, I don't need all shimmer palettes anymore, especially at that quality. I have much better quality items that I plan on using. All right, I have a couple ColourPop. This 5 pan. It had my favorite shade actually fall out on camera and get destroyed. And I just don't need the rest of the other 4 shades. Don't need them. Have them a million times over at this point, it feels like. I have a little quad. She's a natural. I don't need these 4 neutral mattes in a quad. I'm not ever going to reach for this. I have so many neutrals and so many eyeshadow palettes. I'm not even a huge neutral fan. This does not even like make my life easier. I could see how it would for somebody that only uses these shades, but this does nothing for me, so it's gone. And then there's Pineapple Cake, Hello Kitty. Super pretty, especially this one here, but like again, I'm not reaching for an all yellow quad. I'm just not. Okay, and then the last for like eye things, this is from Concrete Minerals. It is 6 eyeshadow pigments that I was so excited to get, and I never even touched them. They're all still in the package. They're just 6 like pigment things. I might actually add these to a giveaway because like I said, I never even touched them. I was so excited to get them, and then I just did nothing with them. But at this point, I'm not going to do it now, so I am moving on from those in my life. But I think I might add these to a giveaway because they, like I said, I never even touched them, so why not? Okay, now we're going into lip products. I lied. We have one more eye thing. We have the Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliner from Urban Decay. These started burning my eyes, and I feel like that's when I know that they're like expired or past their time. I have 3 NYX, like they're all 3 different like purple / burgundy shades. These were all very streaky for me, and I also have other purples that are like better, so I think that's why I got rid of these. I was doing a lip declutter series that was taking forever and it just kind of fell off. So I'm not sure the exact reasons, but I know I threw all the ones in here that were just not working for me. This I remember being extremely streaky. This is a purple like lip stain liquid lip kind of thing, and it was super streaky. I could not get it to be like opaque or one solid color. This unfortunately, the KVD, the what are they even called? The Everlasting Liquid Lip. I can't say the name of this one. It's like BAUHAU5. Either way, this one started to smell bad. Like it was rancid. So like that was gone. This ABH, this is Karina. Yeah, ABH liquid lipstick. It's a weird color on me. I tried to love it and I just don't. I can't do it. I tried though. I do have a couple bullet lipsticks. I have 2 KVD. I have Lolita, which is so sad, and then Neon. Lolita is one of my absolute favorites, but it was getting really old and kind of like not chunky, but like gritty. And then this was just a dark gray with like shimmer. I don't use it enough. I have 3 Urban Decay. We have this bright red. Again, I feel like this one was getting kind of gritty also. It's also a mess currently. Crank, which this one has little like white spots all over it. So I was not about to be using that. And then I forget why I got rid of this one, but oh, also gritty. You can just tell by like the texture. Not a fan. It is called Matte After Dark. So that is those. Right, I gotta finish this up really quickly because I'm at like 10% battery. I'm almost done. I have these lippy sticks. Now, if you look at all 5 of these, there's something in common. They're a weird neutral, like very, very light neutral, and they just don't work on my skin tone. There's something about my skin tone that when I put like a nude lip on, I think because my lips are like rather pinky, when I put a nude lip on, it just looks weird. It like washes my face out. It looks so strange. It looks like I'm trying to live like in the early 90s where nude lips were like a really cool thing. If I'm going to do a nude lip, I have to have a dark lip liner on. It just is what it is. From the High School Musical collection, I was so excited. This, like, for some reason, they smell like passion fruit, and when I had it on my lips, it literally was like horrible for me. It tasted like so chemically, but I just don't like the smell of passion fruit, so that could be it also. So this one was just like, it was, that's a me thing. That's not like a it was bad. It was just really a me thing, and I hated it. And then lastly are all these ColourPop liquid lips. These I loved at the time, but they're just so old now. And a few of them are the like light, really not so good colors on me. A couple are these darker ones. I think a couple of them had started to turn, like you could just smell when they're like not good anymore. But I do love ColourPop liquid lips. It's just that these were just no good anymore for me. And that was that for Declutter. This one was a lot faster. I probably talked a lot more the first time around because I had more to say. And then this time I don't really remember what I said. So, but I still showed you everything I decluttered, and I am going to do some fun things to help me declutter in 2024. It's not just going to be like a, yeah, no, I don't want this anymore. Unless I do find things that like I use and I'm like, you know what? I don't know why I keep this. Or if I'm just like looking through my stuff, I'm like, why do I have this? Um, I will be decluttering like that as well. But I'm going to do some more fun things where I'm like using my makeup. And that's like what I want to be doing, is I want to be using all of my makeup because I have so much of it that I want to be using it. So I will be decluttering in more an organic way of like, hey, this just isn't working for me anymore. I think I'm going to get rid of it. And that makes me feel better as a person because I'm not the one that can just be like, I need to get rid of things just because I need to get rid of things. That is not how I roll. That gives me anxiety. I don't like getting rid of things just for the sake of it. I like getting rid of things if I just really feel like I don't need it anymore. It doesn't serve me a purpose anymore. It makes me just feel so much better. So if anyone is interested in a full collection video of all of my eyeshadow palettes, please let me know, because that would be something that I would take lots of prep, but I'm willing to do it if people are interested. So let me know. And again, stay tuned. I have so much coming in 2024. I have big goals and I have a ton of makeup. I would love for you to follow along in my makeup journey here on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. It's Mermaid Hair, Donut Care on all three of those platforms. And stay tuned because there is always more. I have so much makeup. There's always more. Okay, bye.